Hello, and welcome to another episode of Shou Talks. Now, today I want to talk about secret love. Things like that bother me because, for starters, if you're in a relationship, there's nothing about it that should be a secret. But also, if you are hiding your relationship, then that means something's wrong with it. And most likely you should not be in that relationship. So why waste your time? Why waste the other person's time? Why cause this future pain? Because it's going to end up a headache any way that you look at it. Why put that in your energy? Why put that in your pathway? And it caused me to do a little research, look up some things, and kind of want to talk about it because I'm also interested to see and hear what other people think about secret love or hiding your relationships. So, as my disclaimer, like I do always, I am not a relationship expert. I did not go to school for this. I do not have a certification in relationships or love. I'm solely speaking on experience. I'm speaking on the knowledge I have through my experiences and conversations that I have had with other people. Another clarification and disclaimer I want to make. When I speak about not hiding your relationship, I'm referring to loving out loud. I am not talking about social media posts about vacations and how much you love. I'm not talking about posting your significant other on social media. To be completely honest, I feel like social media is like a second life for other people, and it's I don't know, like 80% real, and that 20% that is fake is usually in the relationship realm. So I'm not too keen, I think that's the word I'm looking for, on displaying your love for somebody on social media. Half the time you're just doing it for validation or to get out of the doghouse. So know that when I'm talking about hiding your relationship, I'm referring to your friends or your coworkers or, just in your real life. Now, what people tend to leave out is that the word love is actually an action word. So when I'm talking about loving out loud, I'm just talking about how you move with this person, how you speak about this person in their absence, how you represent yourself in your partner's absence, and even when your partner is around, there should never, ever, ever be any uncertainty about where your partner stands in your life. Especially if they are next to you in conversation. If I am your girlfriend, I should never be in a situation where we are amongst your friends or your coworkers and I'm second guessing my place in your life. That should never happen. Especially if you've been in a relationship for a few years. And to flip the script, your coworkers or friends or whatever you want to call them should never question whether you're in a relationship or not. I'm going to revert back to social media. If you're on social media, it really don't matter if people know you're in a relationship or not. Oh, well, then again, it might. But I just want to refocus on the fact that I'm not referring to others. When I say others, I'm talking about people on social media. It doesn't matter if they know or don't know if you're in a relationship. You say what you say, you move accordingly. Now, if you're entertaining people on social media, that is a different subject. But if you are just doing you, rocking out how you do, then you don't necessarily need to disclose. I don't feel like it's a priority to disclose that information because to me, I feel like social media or people on social media sometimes work to destroy relationships. So that is something that you need to be really careful about. I'm once again referring to carrying your partner with you through your growth. You know what I mean? And loving out loud, it can mean something different to a lot of people, but it's just this bold, free, give your all to this person, and people know it. People don't question the amount of love you have for your significant other. That is what I'm talking about when I talk about loving out loud. You know, we in the Bible, yeah, guys, I took it to the Bible. You know, love is defined as patient, kind. It doesn't boast. It's not proud. It's not rude. It's not self-seeking. You know, and no records of wrongs. It rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always preserves. It never fails. How are you protecting me if people don't know I exist? How do I trust you if people don't know our relationship is strong? How can I hope when I have an uncertainty? What is there to preserve if I don't know what's there, period? These are things that, negate the value of love. These are factors that destroy what people work so hard to build. And I get it. You know, we live in a time where you have to be careful who you talk to. You have to be careful about how much information you display. You have to be careful about your transparency. But when it comes to relationships, what do you protect more? Your ego? Your pride? Or your relationship that you value? And of course, when you bring these type of conversations up to people, there's so many different excuses. Why do I have to show the world, you know, my love for so and so? Why can't my life just be private? If your life is private, get off of social media. You can't pick and choose which part of your life you want to be private. It's either you're going to be completely private or you're going to be open. Because if you are picking and choosing what part of your life you allow to be private and what part of your life you allow to display, then those same selections can be translated to priority. Because let's keep it 100. A lot of the times, people prioritize their fake life over their real home. And it's because they know they have that security at home. I'll tell you this, you won't ever find two people that secretly hide their relationship. You won't. There's always one that overloves. And it somewhat fills in the gap of the person that doesn't love enough. But that's not okay. I'll never understand why people are afraid to showcase their love. Especially in the world we are living now, with all of this catfish and, you know, infidelities and emotional abuse, physical abuse. You know, there's so much going on in real life relationships. Why would you not want to show people that there is hope for real love? I'm not saying you got to sit here and go into detail and talk about every little aspect of your relationship, but you can make it known that, yo, I got a dude and I love him. Or, yo, my woman is amazing. That's okay. But if you just gonna go around and make it seem like y'all just cool, then you can't get upset when somebody else starts to value or showcase the value in this person that you chose not to. And of course, everybody has their reasons. Oh, well, you know, my parents didn't do it. I didn't see it growing up. Okay. Neither did I. So to me, that's not an excuse at all. I did not grow up seeing my parents being affectionate towards each other. I can't tell you if I ever saw my father hug my mother or kiss my mother. But my love language is physical touch and quality time. To me, that's how you show me that you love me. I don't need you to buy me gifts. I actually don't like it. I know I'm weird. But to me, how you can showcase your love, if we're out, show me that you are proud to have me on your arm. I'm not someone who I want you to spend money on me. You don't got to take me out to eat. You don't need to post me on your social media. But show me that you are proud to have me as your woman. Because if you don't, I read that as you're ashamed of me. I read that as you're embarrassed. I read that as you're trying to keep your options open just in case we don't make it. Now, old Shou would just kind of take that and tread lightly and overcompensate so that that never happens. But 30 plus Shou, if you want to keep your options open, then I'm just going to go ahead and remove myself so that you can have all the options in the world. If you're embarrassed of me, and I mean, I be doing some embarrassing things. I know me. But if I embarrass you to the point where you can't publicly acknowledge me as your future wife or your girlfriend or the mother of your child, then there's nothing left for us to do. You know what I'm saying? Like let me put it like this. Pretty much, by someone refusing to love you out loud, they are pretty much saying that you are not worth being a part of their complete life. They are diminishing value to your presence in their life. Oh, but baby, I love you. I love you with all my heart. I love you with all my soul. But when we get around these group of people, I'm going to need you to go ahead and act like, you know what it is. You know, I don't like to tell people my business. You know that I don't like to speak about my relationships when I'm amongst certain people. It's only for my close friends. Why? I'm still waiting for somebody to answer that question for me. I really want to know why. And I mean, yes, it's mostly men, but women do it too. I want to know why people are afraid to speak about their relationships when it comes to work, when it comes to socializing. And not to say that every relationship is perfect. Trust me, I know relationships are work. I was just having this conversation with my girls where we were saying love is so complex. Love is amazing. It's beautiful. It's frustrating. It's annoying. It's perfect. It's imperfect. It's flawless. It's flawed. There's so many different levels to love. But if you do not showcase that, then how will you know? How? And I know that a lot of, another excuse that people use about showcasing their love is, they're being haunted by past relationships. Now, let me tell you how that flows into my mind. And Teddyson John has a song called X Games. And pretty much he says, I'm not like none of them, baby. Take a chance on me. He's saying everybody else had a try. They messed up. But I'm not that guy. Like, I can make you happy. All I want to do is make you happy. But you're not finna make me pay for your ex's games. And I think a lot of people And not to say that they do it on purpose. I think a lot of times it's subconsciously. It subconsciously happens. You know, if you were in a long-term relationship and this person cheated on you or hit you or did something to you, and you start to low-key see that in your new relationship, then of course red flags are going to go up. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about completely changing who you are because somebody else didn't appreciate it. That's not fair. Because eventually you're going to run into the person that will appreciate it, but you don't want to give it to them because the last time you did it, it hurt your feelings. You got hurt. Being in love means being open to the possibility of being hurt, but you're opening yourself up because you know that person is worth it. You're not going to not get hurt in a relationship. It happens. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes by accident, but it happens. But that's what love is about. Love is all about taking chances. Love is all about experiencing. But if you hide that experience, what are you really learning? Keeping someone a secret is so dangerous on many levels because you're now affecting this person's emotional state. And men are just as sensitive as women. I don't care how y'all try to play it like y'all some big, bad, strong creatures. But if you were to find out that this woman that you love so much, that you have poured your entire heart and soul into, if you were to find out that she doesn't tell anybody about you, you would be crushed. And yes, I guess it's some sort of validation. You know, you want people to know of your existence because to you that lets you know, all right, word, I'm doing something right in this relationship if he's talking about it. Like, it's little things. At least to me, it's the little things. Like I said, I don't need you screaming to the mountaintop that you love me. I mean, it'd be nice, but I don't need it. I just need that security and that certainty that no matter where I go, where we are, that people know who I am. People know where I stand in your life. Because if we don't have that years later, then what have we learned through this growth? What have we learned in this relationship? Other than, I don't know, how to please each other sexually. You can have sex with anybody. A relationship should be something special. A relationship should be a bond that's created outside of sex. And it's funny because as I've been thinking about this, I've been seeing it more. I've gone to a few weddings through COVID. You know, gotta shout out people who said, you know what, I'm not letting this virus stop my love for you. I went to a friend's wedding a couple weeks ago, and I was taking pictures just for myself and video, and I caught a video while they were taking their wedding photos of him looking at her while she was arranging her mother-in-law's hair. And the look in his eyes literally melted my heart. Because I can tell by his look how much he loves her. And he carries that in everything he does. There's nothing that can make you question whether they are together. There is nothing that makes you question how much they love each other. And that's because he showcases that. he was calling her his wife before they got married. But you felt it. Now there's a difference, because there are people like, yeah, that's my wifey. Oh yeah, that's my husband. Yeah, that's my wife. But there is a difference from when someone says it and you can feel it. You feel it in their relationship. You feel it in your heart. You know there's no question on the status of their relationship. Now, of course, like I said, everybody gonna argue, everybody gonna fight. They have their ups, they have their downs. But overall, the level of their love is not questioned. And then I have other people where you know they're in a relationship. You know because you know them. But when you see them, it's kind of like, y'all want to talk about it? Or they make you uncomfortable. You should not want to be around somebody who cannot let you be yourself. Always got something to say. Always trying to correct you. Always trying to fix you. So when you're in the presence of a relationship where there's constant arguing, there's constant bickering, you can tell that, not to say the love isn't real, but the love is being tested. It makes everything uncomfortable. That's not just for the couple, but the people around them too. Allowing somebody to love you in private, to hide your relationship, to be your secret love, to me, diminishes your value. It's almost as if you are settling for this position because you don't feel like you deserve better. And when you look at it, it forces you to think, does this person genuinely respect you? On every level, not just in a relationship. Does this person respect you? Because when you look at love, when you look at relationships, when you look at marriage, when you look at futures, you want to be respected. The love is already there. Or maybe the respect needs to come first, and then through that respect, there comes a genuine love. But if this person can't respect you enough to acknowledge the significance of your presence, then what are you really doing besides wasting your time? And let's keep it 100. It gets very easy to become comfortable after a certain amount of years have been put in. So my advice, ladies and gentlemen, because I think a lot of times these type of topics are always geared towards women, not realizing that men feel this as well. You got to create your boundaries in the beginning. And that's something that I know I often fail to do. Because when you sit back and you know, oh man, I found the one, you're willing to over-compromise just to keep your place. Not realizing that in over-compromising, you're under-compromising yourself. I don't know if that's a word. I don't know if that makes sense, but you get what I'm saying. So I actually posted something the other day on social media, and it says, my parents told me the problem with putting others first is you've taught them that you come last. Yo, when I tell you that, I had to post it, of course. But that speaks a lot to this topic. By allowing someone to keep your relationship a secret, keep your relationship hidden, by allowing them to do that from the beginning, you're teaching them that you're not worth the fight. You're not worth being loved out loud. You're not worth being on their arm. And when I tell y'all something, I've gotten to the point where I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I am one hell of a woman. When I ride for you, I will ride for you till the wheels come off. And when those wheels come off, I will walk with you. I will support you to a level that you didn't even know existed, because if you grow, I grow. If I grow, you grow. We in this together. We will grow and aspire to be something beyond amazing. But I can no longer give people that much energy if you can't give it back to me. I cannot care for you more than you care for yourself. I've always had an extremely bad habit of putting everybody before me. Making sure everybody was good before I was good. Boyfriends, friends, family members, it's just everybody's just always come first. And that never allowed me to understand how to be loved. I just accepted what was given to me, when it was given to me, how it was given to me, all of that, who was giving it to me. And in my 33 years of life, I've come to realize I was loved incorrectly for a majority of it. And I don't want that to continue. But in order to stop that, I have to speak. I have to say, you're doing this wrong. I'm not trying to come at you when you do that. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm telling you what I know I'm worth. It's not about trying to show off your relationship. And for those of us who are mature, we know the difference. Y'all know I'm not talking about every other post being about your significant other. No one really cares about that. I'm speaking about loving your partner out loud. I'm talking about letting those who matter, and by saying those who matter, I mean those who are in your presence, whether it is an acquaintance, whether it is a close friend, whether it is family, these people should know who has value in your life. And if they don't, then that is something that you need to reevaluate. Because it's possible that maybe you don't realize how little you value this person. And that's when trouble starts. That's where confusion lives. That's where infidelity lurks. Because I'm going to tell you this now. If you cannot provide your significant other with the emotional needs, somebody else will. And because of the lack of the emotional satisfaction, it becomes easier to notice it elsewhere. And then your mind starts to wander. And then you start to think, oh, I wonder why this person doesn't do this for me, when this complete stranger has no problem doing it. It's easy to lose focus when you don't have all your materials. Now, when I speak of materials, I'm talking about emotional love. I'm talking about affection. I'm talking about certainty, confidence, like just security. Protect. You know, like I said, I gotta pull up that Bible verse again, y'all. Love always protects. But how can you protect something that you're hiding? Protection is not hiding. Because in order for you to protect it, that means you got to get in front of it. It's not hiding behind you. You're shielding it. Love always trusts. How can I trust you if you don't speak on this? Love always hopes. What am I hoping for? Love always preserves. How can I preserve something that you don't acknowledge? Full forth. Love never fails. How do you fail something that doesn't exist? So like I said, y'all, I mean, it's a very complex topic, secret love, because people have their reasons. I'm very much interested in having conversations. I do plan on doing a part 2 about this. I'll bring a guest this time because I have a lot of guy friends and girlfriends that prefer to keep their relationship hidden. And so I kind of want to bring a bunch of people together and have this conversation. But in the meantime, in between time, I genuinely appreciate y'all rocking out with me. I know this one was a little different this time around. I didn't necessarily have an agenda. It was more of a questioning podcast. Check your relationships, y'all. Check your friends that are in relationships. See how they're doing. A lot of times, people in relationships try to reduce the amount of time that they speak to their friends about it, out of fear of judgment, out of fear of sounding like a broken record. You know, everybody has an opinion, or they feel like if they share this situation, now I gotta tell you how it ended. I gotta keep you up to date. You don't. You can speak to your friends openly without an expectation of being judged. So go on and check on your friends, because like I said, love is very complex. But in the meantime, in between time, I do want to thank y'all for rocking out with me today. Talking about secret love. I don't know, y'all. Be happy to have love. Love is something that not everybody gets to experience, and not everybody gets to experience appropriately or correctly. So if you have somebody that loves you, and I'm saying that with every single letter of the word, show them that you appreciate it. Show them that you love them just as much. Be proud to have found somebody to grow with. Be proud that you have somebody that's willing to accept you at your best, at your worst, at your beautiful, at your ugly, through it all. Be proud that you have someone who will hold your hand in the toughest situations and have your back when the world starts to kind of just push up on you. But what do I know? I'm just out here, some regular schmegular girl, living my shenanigans life out here in these streets. But go ahead and leave me a comment on Instagram, because I know we can't leave comments on Anchor or Spotify or any of the other podcasting platforms, but definitely find me on Instagram. My handle is at I_am_shenanigans, SHOUNANIGANS. Then again, you can always link me. I have all my link information in my bio. But find me. Let's talk about it. You know, I want to understand the reasoning behind hiding your relationship, why that's so important to some people. Why is it so important to hide your loved ones, hide your family? You work so hard to establish an amazing life, and you want to hide it? You don't want people to know it exists? That can't be right. That can't be okay in your mind. You gotta know that something's wrong with it. So holla at me. I want to talk about it. I want to keep this going. I got some other podcast topics in the works that I'm super excited about. So I really hope that y'all rock out with me. Keep it going. I got a couple episodes in. I'm super excited. I've been having fun. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. If you didn't, tell me why. Tell me what I can do to change it and make it more appealing. You know, I'm all ears when it comes to feedback and critique. But on that note, y'all, I'm out of things to say. I've been blabbing this whole time, so I'm gonna let y'all go. And with that, I am out.